Pretty Girl Club. Today we're going to be talking about a high calorie blueprint who says that you are required to feed her. This is another case of proving my talking point about that culture of riding other people's coattails. And I know that a lot of the things we show on this channel are people joking, but every joke has an element of truth in it. So on this caption, she says, I hate hanging out with people that don't eat. I've been with you for 6 hours. Where's the food? You owe her some food if she's hanging out with you for the day.
I hate hanging with people who don't eat. Baby, I've been with you for 6 hours. Where the fuck is the food? Girl, I'm your friend. You asked me to help you move some furniture. It is customary to pay the people moving your furniture with food. Shit, bitch, you don't ask me to get my brother over here to change your oil and you didn't cook nothing for us? So you just want a bitch to do this for free? Oh, you's an entitled asshole. Like, we're good friends, but I will stop being your friend for that reason. Ho, we done went to the mall. We done came back and took care of your grandma. I done filed your taxes for you, and you ain't made me a sandwich. I ain't even asking you to pay for it. Just say, hey, we should probably go grab something to eat. Okay, I'll pay. I don't care. Baby, I don't like being around nobody, especially when they're on a fast or something. Bitch, what you mean we're drinking water today? We're drinking, Till what time? All day. Oh, no, baby, I'm finna go. If I knew I was going to fat camp, baby, I wouldn't have came over here. You should have told me what this was before I walked in the door. I did not pay a deposit to not eat. And it's crazy that I have to eat before I come to you.
So within the same paragraph, she says that she's willing to pay for the food, but then she's also complaining that people ask her for favors and they don't offer her any food. So this actually aligns with my talking point where I speak on how a lot of people in the Black community, they view all of their relationships as transactional. I mean, I've noticed this with Black men, like in the dating scene, a lot of Black men, they want these dom sub relationships. They prefer kind of like these transactional relationships with women. And then we're seeing the same pattern of entitlement with the women. And she says that she's not going to hang out with someone who's fasting, but it's like, okay, just because your friend is fasting, that doesn't mean that you have to fast. If it's that serious, you can just eat before you come. But then she's like, oh, I don't want to have to eat before I come hang out with my friends. Okay, so then just get fat friends, sis. Just hang out with other women who are also obese. Like, why is it that skinny people are required to cater to people who are huge, but then you don't see big people catering to skinny people? She's basically complaining about skinny girl habits. She's complaining that you went 6 hours without eating, which is really not that long. I mean, when you go to sleep, you're not eating for like 8 hours, sometimes 10 or 12 hours. So do you see how whenever somebody is considered less privileged than you are supposed to cater to their lifestyle? You're supposed to cater to their opinions? This person says 6 hours? Nah, I've perished. The only time I go 6 hours without eating is when I'm sleeping. So you got a bunch of belugas revealing the fact that they're addicted to food. 6 hours and no food? I need to eat every 3 hours. Oh, she wrong for that. Food is mandatory for favors. And the thing is, if you are demanding someone feed you for you to do them a favor, that's fine. But why not just communicate that with the person? Why not ask them ahead of time, okay, are you going to get me some food after I help you move furniture? Also, if people are asking you as a woman to move furniture, what does that say about your body type and your body shape? Isn't that a form of masculinization? You know, the same thing that a lot of Black women complain about. They complain about being masculinized. They complain about being used as mules. But then she's over here admitting that friends have asked her to help them move furniture. So they're basically putting you in that position based on your body type. They're assuming, oh, okay, she can lift 300 pounds. I mean, she walks around with lifting 300 pounds every day because that's how much she weighs. So she can easily lift this 300-pound couch. And it's like, sis, you can't walk around looking like a linebacker and then get mad when you're treated like a linebacker. This person says, if we not gonna eat, I'm not coming. My whole day revolves around food every 3 hours. We just ate, and I said I'm hungry. Did I stutter? Spits out drink. Sis, you said 6 hours? I'm crashing out at 4 hours and 23 minutes. So women are admitting that they're literally going to have a psychological breakdown if they don't eat after 4 hours. So what does that say about your mental health? If your mental health is hinging upon you constantly eating, you've got much bigger problems. Like, looking at this girl, sis, you have much bigger problems than lifting some furniture. In fact, if you're that strong to lift furniture, you literally should be participating in weightlifting competitions because then you can win money to buy you as much food as you want. This person says, my husband's friend is coming over to get a haircut and I'm most definitely going to feed him. Food is a must. And also, it's like, just because you're in my presence, this doesn't mean I'm required to feed you. Like, bitch, I'm not the food bank. Am I a food bank? Am I a soup kitchen? Bitch, do I look like KFC? Do I look like Popeye's chicken? Do I look like Roscoe's chicken and waffles? I don't think so. So why is it that when you come into my presence, oh, I need to suddenly turn into a restaurant and I need to slave over the stove so I can feed you? Meanwhile, you've got hundreds of thousands of extra calories just resting in your stomach right now. Your body can actually feed itself. Your body can eat the fat that's literally stored on your stomach right now at this moment. But do you see this victim culture? It's like a victim mentality, like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. First of all, you're probably not hungry because your body's hunger pangs, like real hunger is when your stomach is rumbling, it's when your body is kind of giving you this food noise. So if you're having a whole bunch of food noise and a whole bunch of like obsessive thoughts to where you're crashing out and having psychological breakdowns after not eating, it sounds like you've got much bigger problems. That's literally a mental health problem. This person says, that's the quickest way for me to get an attitude. And her name is Ferocious Queen. So she's literally calling herself ferocious. And she's saying that the quickest way for her to get an attitude, if she doesn't eat, if she doesn't do her big back activities, she will be getting an attitude. And when people say that I'm being mean to people who are obese, no, you guys are proving it yourselves based on your own talking points. You're literally admitting that you're going to crash out, you're going to ruin friendships, you're going to ruin family relationships. You're basically going to socially isolate yourself because you don't want to not have access to food. So you literally can't hang out with anybody unless there's food there. That's basically what you're saying. She's literally saying, my life revolves around food so much so to the point where my social life will be gone if I don't have access to a certain amount of food within 2 hours or 3 hours. So that means you really can't go on a vacation with this girl, because if you're on a flight, like if you go on a long flight, sometimes you do go bigger gaps without having food unless you're going to purchase the food. So it's like you can't even take this girl on a vacation. You can't go on a road trip. You're going to have to stop every hour on the hour or whenever she has a compulsion to eat food. And think about your digestive system when you're eating that much food all the time. This girl probably is stopped up with boo-boo right now while she's recording this video. Like, if you are constantly overwhelming your digestive system, that is what causes people to get nauseous, to get car sick, to get seasick. They have to go boo-boo all the time. They got hella gas. So imagine going on a road trip with this girl and she's got hella gas because she's just been eating and eating and eating all day long. Yet she's over here saying that she's not going to be friends with other people. Sis, I'm pretty sure women are not lining up to be friends with you. And this is according to your own talking points. I see a lot of women in the Black empowerment space who look just like this girl right here. A lot of women in the Black empowerment space have this phenotype and body type, and they will complain that women are trying to outshine them or that women don't want to be friends with them because like they don't fit their aesthetic or whatever. So which one is it? Does everybody want to be your friend as a big girl, or does nobody want to be your friend? Because you put stipulations on them like this. You're requiring everybody in your life to feed you at all times when you come into their presence. And then she was like, I'll pay for the food. But just one sentence before that, you were complaining about them not feeding you. So which one is it? Do you want to pay for the food or do you not want to? Because if you're always paying for the food, you shouldn't go hungry, right? Because you're always able to pay for it. So do you see how they also contradict themselves within the same sentences? But what do you ladies think? Would you hang out with an obese friend who required you to feed her every time she was in your presence? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.